Hey, Sean Chandler here with Real Creators, and what I want to talk about today is the idea that if you want your channel to grow, whether subscribers, views, financially, you have to treat it like a job. You can't just treat it like a hobby and expect to get the results that you get from a business, from something that's treated professionally. And what I mean by that is that if all you're doing with your channel, it's something that you enjoy doing, you're having fun doing, you like talking about things, you like creating things, you like teaching things, and that's all you care about, just creating it for the sake of creating it for your sake, then one of your goals isn't growth, it isn't money, it isn't any of those things, so you don't need to treat it like a job. Just do what you want to do, and that's good enough. However, most creators, especially if you're watching a channel like this, you want your channel to grow. From month to month, you want to see progress when it comes to number of views, number of subscribers, how much money you're making through ads. And if you want to be successful, you have to treat it like a job, like any other job that you would have, where part of a job is doing things you don't normally like doing. So if you're a YouTube creator, you probably like kind of talking about something or showing something, demonstrating something. Fair enough. You might not, like some people are naturally inclined towards checking analytics and looking into data. Most people aren't. That's not a thing you naturally gravitate towards. If you want your channel to grow and you don't enjoy doing that, you have to treat it like a job and do something you don't particularly enjoy all that much. Maybe you're just not naturally inclined towards responding to comments, joining in conversation. If you treat it like a job, you learn the skill set of responding to comments, asking questions, going out to other people's channels, leaving comments, joining the community. Maybe that's not your thing at all. But if you want your channel to grow, you choose to treat it like a business. And likewise, when you start treating it like a business, you start to look not at the example of other peers of yours that are doing this as a hobby. You start looking at the best practices of people that are professionals. What are they doing? Where are they setting their standards of quality? What are they doing when it comes to deciding what they will and won't do, their posting frequency, their intentionality with things. You treat things very differently when you treat it like a job. When you start demanding results from yourself the way you would if you were at a job that someone else would demand that you produce, whatever your job is, it's very different mindset. And you start evaluating everything. If a video fails, you start going, why did this video fail? Okay, did I release it at the wrong time? Okay, was this not hitting where people want? Was there a bad thumbnail? You start thinking about it very differently. Once again, if this is just your hobby, treat it like a hobby. Just accept that you're not going, there's a lot of competition in the world of YouTube. No matter what your niche is, no matter what you're trying to do, there's a lot of people doing the same thing. And you don't just stumble into success these days. I mean, everybody, you can always point to that one guy that he just kind of started writing stuff and he'd had a terrible quality of his videos and he became super famous. And you can point to that one guy, that one girl that happened to, but that's not the norm. That's not what happens to most people. And because there's so many creators, obviously, that's such a small percentage of people that have that type of luck. And it's either luck or it's just natural extreme talent, or there's a previous audience that they're carrying over that most of us don't have. So if you want your channel to grow, you have to treat it like a job, like a business, something that you have to choose to do things you would not normally do. You have to expect things from yourself. You have to have higher standards the way you would at any job. Think, just always a good question to ask yourself. If I was doing this and if you want to grow, for people that want your channel to grow, if I was managing this channel for someone else that was paying me, what would they think of the job that I'm doing? You start thinking, oh, okay, well, I'm pretty infrequent when I post. Oh, my quality, it's all over the place. Oh, I get sloppy with my tags and descriptions. Oh, sometimes I don't research things the best. Ooh, sometimes I get impulsive. And you start thinking very differently and you start going, if I was hiring someone else and they were doing the same job that I was doing, I would fire them. If you start thinking that way, maybe you need to change what you're doing. or the other, sometimes you just need to accept, this is my hobby. I'm not going to make any money doing this. I'm not going to become successful doing this. So it's just my hobby. It's just something I enjoy doing. And that's fair enough. That's perfectly fine. Most people's hobbies are, playing a sport where no one will ever know that they ever did it. It's playing a video game that no one will ever know that they did it. Just because of the nature of YouTube, inherently you can get a little bit competitive with yourself and other people because you go, I got 10 views, that guy had 100 views. I got 10 views, that guy's got 10 million views. And we're doing the same thing. And so you naturally get competitive. Whereas with playing a sport, playing a video game, just creating something in your backyard, doing work, you just don't even notice it. What's your objective? If you want to grow, you've got to treat it like a business. Hey, buddy, what are you doing back there? Oh, he's laying on top of the dog, getting ready for bed. So, yeah, just having a little fun. That's kind of my take for the day. Where I've seen success, when I see just kind of real progress, is when I've chosen to change the way I'm doing things to try and follow some sort of professionalism to what I'm doing. And sometimes there's some different strategies, and not everything has the slickest production, but there's a line of thinking. There's a reason that I'm doing something that's outside of just a hobby. It's an intentionality towards being successful. It's choosing to do things outside of my comfort zones. I talk about movies on my channel. I would never, in and of myself, think, I want to do a trailer reaction video. That's something that makes a lot of sense for me to do. I wouldn't do that. But I do them because there's a market for it. So it's a way to get my channel in front of a lot of new eyes that would not normally see my channel. That's me treating it like a business. I'm looking where there's a demand to meet new people, so those people can be introduced to my personality and the other content that I do. Very much so following this idea of I'm treating it like a job, like a business. If you want to grow, you gotta treat it like a business. You have to treat it like it's a job. You have to do things, take it seriously. You have to do work, not just the fun part. You have to do the work part to it. Every job you have, even if you love your job, there's parts to it that are just work. And you gotta be willing to do the work side of your channel if you want it to be successful. And if you're not willing to do the work side, you just have to acknowledge my channel's not gonna grow all that much. And it's just the reality of things. That's my take for the day. Thank you so much for watching. I try and do several updates every single week. So if you want to follow me on my journey as I learn how to do YouTube better, click that subscribe button, check back, join the comment section, ask questions. I'm still figuring this out, so as I'm going along with this particular new channel. So yeah, please leave comments so I can know what people want. Thank you for watching.